In use and thriving. The tunnel this train's emerging from, near Hockley in Birmingham, provided the Great Western Railway with a crucial connection to West Bromwich and Wolverhampton. But when Birmingham's Snow Hill station closed in 1972, this and another nearby tunnel were left abandoned and disused for 15 years. These pictures, taken on a walk along the old line, show it during that period. Disused and unloved. That was until the reopening of Snow Hill Station in 1987. Initially, trains went south through the Snow Hill Tunnel to places like Solihull and Lapworth, but later there were calls for trains to go north to Worcester and to Kidderminster, and that's where the Jewellery Line came in. In 1993, as part of a project to restore through services to Snow Hill, work began on reopening a 4-mile section of the disused track to provide services between Birmingham and Smethwick. The line linked to the route to Kidderminster and Worcester, and later was joined by the West Midlands Metro. As the line went through the Jewellery Quarter, it was called the Jewellery Line.
This route had been closed by British Rail back in the 1970s. And the Passenger Transport Executive Centro always saw it as an opportunity for growing the rail network locally in the West Midlands. Centro opened the route from Moor Street to Snow Hill with the intention that the route should always be extended towards Stourbridge Junction to create a new route into central Birmingham from the heart of the Black Country.
The reopening cost around £30 million in 1995, with the majority of funding coming from Centro. It allowed cross-city rail services to operate through Snow Hill and, crucially, freed up much-needed capacity at New Street Station. The line opened for business on Sunday the 24th of September 1995 and carried its first commuters the following day. The Jewellery Line featured 3 new stations at Smethwick, Galton Bridge, Hawthorns and Jewellery Quarter. Smethwick Galton Bridge Station was built as a 2-level interchange, connecting with trains on the Birmingham New Street Wolverhampton line. The 4 platforms on this station provide an excellent interchange facility for those wanting to change between trains going to New Street or trains going to Snow Hill. That provides connections for passengers to places like Solihull and Kidderminster and Wolverhampton and Coventry. But beware, getting around this station can be a bit confusing, so much so that they've had to provide coloured lines to help passengers navigate to their trains. And the station's high-level platform also gives passengers a view of the structure from which the station got its name, the Galton Bridge. It was opened in 1829 as a road bridge and was pedestrianised in the 1970s when a new bridge was built. It was built by Thomas Telford to carry the road across the new Birmingham Mainline Canal, which was built in a deep cutting. It was thought to be the highest single-span arch bridge in the world when it was built. It was named after Samuel Galton, a local businessman and a major investor in the Birmingham Canal Company. When this station opened, the nearby Smethwick West Station was supposed to close, but that didn't happen because of a clerical error. When closing the station, you have to get paperwork right, and they didn't. In this case, it meant the station had to stay open for an extra year, and that meant running a parliamentary service with just a handful of trains each week. The station finally closed in 1996. This is what it looked like in the years before its closure, and here's an older photo of the station with its original buildings in place. From a nearby railway bridge you can see the old platforms of Smethwick West, although station buildings are long gone. The old station forecourt, along with other land, has been converted into a car park to serve the new station. It's only a few hundred yards away along a dual carriageway. Another new station on the Jewellery Line was built at the Hawthorns. One of the interesting things about this station, as the name suggests, is that it serves the local football stadium where West Bromwich Albion play. As a result, it was designed with an extra-wide footbridge to cater for the thousands of fans who come here. Here, the Jewellery Line is side by side with the West Midlands Metro to Wolverhampton. The Metro opened here 4 years after the Jewellery Line started running.
Creates all sorts of journey opportunities that didn't exist before. You can travel from, say, Stourbridge to West Bromwich with a single change at the Hawthorns. Those sorts of journeys are made possible by this. And clearly at Galton Bridge Station doesn't have metro interchange, but connects two really important rail lines, providing lots of really important regional rail connections as well.
And how about this? Some remnants from the past at the Hawthorns. Fences and gates at the station show the old corporate logo for what originally was called the Midland Metro. There was a station here before, but only a small one. It was called the Hawthorns Halt, and this is what it looked like. As you can see, it had fairly minimal facilities. It closed in 1968. The final station on the Jewellery Line, if you'll pardon the pun, has to be its jewel in the crown. Jewellery Quarters Station was another completely new one. Building a station here wasn't easy because the line's in a deep cutting at this point and sits at the mouth of the Hockley tunnels. Reaching platform level requires a series of stairs and lifts. As you descend to the platforms, you can't fail but admire the stunning window designs. It's made up of lots of tiny clock faces and is designed to show the passing of time. 30 years after being installed, it still looks amazing. And the glasswork in the station isn't the only popular artwork here. On one of the walls close to the station there's graffiti by Banksy. It's a festive piece of work featuring two reindeer, and it was installed in 2019. While this was a new station, it was built just a few hundred yards from the old Hockley station. This was what it looked like. It closed in 1972 when services from Snow Hill and the line to Wolverhampton finally ceased. After 30 years, the Jewellery Line has become part of the fabric of the rail network in Birmingham, another cross-city route providing this time a link with places in Warwickshire at one end and Worcestershire at the other. A very worthwhile investment.
I think it's been enormously successful. The rail network and the transport network in Birmingham and the West Midlands would not be functioning as it does today without this crucial piece of infrastructure. If it wasn't here, then we would be really struggling to get trains into New Street. We wouldn't have grown the network as we have done over the last 30 years.
Well, I do hope you've enjoyed our celebration of 30 years of the Jewellery Line. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel, and please keep watching.